Everybody knows this, but I, Chocolate Bear, are gonna give you a tip. Whenever I call out an SOB on my Chocolate's Call Out Challenge, I make sure I equip my Fade Grips. That's right, Fade Grips. Go to www.fadegrip.store, type in CAG20. That's right, CAG20 for 20% off your purchase. And then come join me in Discord. Yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 28 of Cross Atlantic Gaming. I'm your host Risky the Kid, and joining me this week are my co-hosts Doc H1X1.
Hey, what's up?
Chocolate Bear.
How you doing?
And joining us on our rotating fourth chair, community member Lydonian.
What's up, guys?
Welcome back to the show, sir.
Thank you.
First and foremost, we do have a new patron, Super Catrix. Thank you for the support.
Yes!
If you want to be like Super Catrix, you can head on over to patreon.com/CAG podcast. Our Patreon drawing for our game will be in 2 more episodes, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 more.
So plenty of time still to hop in if you're interested at throwing your hat in the ring. Do you have something, Chocolate?
No, I've got nothing.
Maybe you didn't make I thought you made a noise like...
Yeah, I did. It was just a weird twitch, sorry.
Oh, it happens.
What did Swinney end up buying with his AAA?
Oh, well, that was meant to be a secret. I think he got Battlefield.
Well, secret. But he already won though, right?
Yeah, he did, but I don't think his game share buddy knew.
Well, I am sorry, Swinney. Hope this gets sorted out before tomorrow. Good luck.
What? How would he not know?
What just happened?
Yeah, I don't know. What is going on?
As soon as you download it, it pops up in your game share partners.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Then yeah. So what the heck? Yeah, he would know, right?
Right, I'm throwing you under the bus, Sweeney. So, he got his friend to buy what was coming out? I think Fallout or something.
Oh yeah.
No, I think it was Blackout something. Anyway, so his friend bought that, and he said he would buy Battlefield.
Oh, but we bought.
So essentially, he got 2 games.
Still counts.
Potato. Yeah, they
It still counts.
Yeah.
He bought it.
Yeah,
His friend still gets the game. Yeah.
And he supports us every month, so
I don't think that's
it
the
works
way
itself out.
He sold it to his friend. But
Well,
anyway.
Hopefully his friend isn't in Discord or listens to the podcast.
He's in Discord. It's
wonderful.
yeah.
Is it 1,000?
No, it is Jedi, and I can't remember the rest of it.
Okay.
Jedi Master something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Well, then he would have known through the Force anyway. So I mean, there's just no trick.
Touche. Fair.
Yep.
I can't wait till they're
Voice
at
of
work
reason.
tomorrow.
All right. Next up, we do have a few different contests going on and different fun things. So Chocolate's going to tell you all about them.
Yeah. So, if you want to be cool like the rest of us, come join our Secret Santa. I don't even know what I'm going to say to that. Yeah, we're doing Secret Santa. Join us. We have got 2 different regions. We've got the US region running, and then we've got the UK region running. Risky is
US.
Boo.
Thanks for that, Doc.
You're welcome.
Risky's looking after the UK people, so I don't know who's getting what from the UK side, and I am dealing with America. So give us a shout on Discord, and we'll put your name in the hats and give you a random person to give a Secret Santa to.
All right. Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas from CAG.
Yep. All right. What other contests do we have going on, Chocolate?
That was poor. So, snapshot. This is your last week to post some clips in the club. So, Xbox clubs, join the club, add a clip, and then you may be in the running to win $10 whole or pounds if you're clip is picked. I am really just
Nice.
Charles,
Like the
that
worst-
was
Definitely
so
the
much.
easiest contest ever.
yes.
Just
Talking
go
from-
throwing
Say
knife
that.
halfway across the map.
Just gotta lob up some tomahawks and cross your fingers.
You're just gonna
There
see
you go.
Lydonian
You
just
oh,
streaming
and
one
you
night.
gotta
Just-
beware of Dan Pod's 10,000 posts.
Funny enough, he's just uploaded another 3.
Are they all 5 minutes long?
Son of a.
No, the first one I watched wasn't. I haven't seen the other 2 yet.
Hopefully they're good.
Yeah, the first one was really good. There's that one, and then I suppose I'll take the next one, moving swiftly on. We have just announcing our new community social manager, which is Viva Le Sweeney. He is looking after some of our Facebook posts and our Twitter.
So from now on, if there's any Twitter posts that you find offensive in any way, you know who to contact.
Yeah, potentially it will be Sweeney, or if it's misspelt, it will be me. Oh,
Or
yeah.
it'll be less offensive because Chocolate's been in charge. So
True that. True that.
And then last up, we have our monthly mailbag episode. That's going to be next episode. So you do have some time left to get your questions in. Best question out of the mailbag will also win a $10 gift card, or $10. You win $10 one way or another. So get your questions in. You can literally send them anywhere. We do have a section in Discord right now that's going to be open for this upcoming week, where you can just post questions right inside of Discord. We'll pull from those as well. And then that channel will disappear for a couple weeks, and then it'll come back.
Yeah.
Either
just
way,
like a
though,
rash.
it's... Oh, my God.
I believe you meant herpes is the correct metaphor there.
Yeah, Doc, we understood what was being said.
You're welcome.
Good God. All right. Well, anyways, now that we've got some house cleaning out of the way, housekeeping out of the way.
Housekeeping.
House cleaning is part of housekeeping, I think. Yeah, either way. So this past week was Thanksgiving and Black Friday. And if you're listening to this on Tuesday, Cyber Monday was yesterday. How's that for an earful? Any of you guys do anything for Thanksgiving? Well, anyone that's not chocolate do anything for Thanksgiving? Doc, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. Had a couple dinners where just ate way too much. Ton of pumpkin pie, ton of dressing, ton of turkey, and
Lots of football? Any football?
Actually, I mean, I kind of not that I look. I like talking to relatives just as much as anybody, but if the football game's on, that is a nice getaway during that time. Even though it was the Lions and the Bears, it ended up being an okay game. But yeah, that was pretty much how my Thanksgiving went, though. It was pretty good.
Bears.
It's not Bears.
The Bears. And then Black Friday, did you end up picking anything up?
Yeah, I did. I wasn't planning on it, but it was one of those things where I was like, okay, if it's like a crazy good deal on something I have in a list on Amazon, I might bite. And
What'd you
bought
buy?
something. Well, I bought something I don't need.
Perfect.
Stream Deck. Elgato normally runs about 150, 160. They had it down to it was 85, but like 90 bucks after tax. So it was a pretty steep discount. And I'm like, it's probably never going to be cheaper than that. So yeah, I bought that.
Well, hopefully you use it.
Yeah, I've already been having some fun with it with the voice modulators and stuff like that. So pretty cool.
All right, good deal. Lydonian, how about you? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. Started off the day. I had to work a turkey trot.
Oh,
Which,
joy. Handing out noon to everybody?
Oh, yeah. Which, fun fact, more
Slinging
people
it.
run on Thanksgiving than any other day of the year. So
That's so weird because it's definitely really, really cold in a lot of places around Thanksgiving.
I mean, I think it's just like everyone's home and their parents. Like a lot of it was just like college kids who their parents just sign them up for the run. And like
Get out and run.
most of these people, I would say 95% of them were not regular runners. They just do it to be social and, hey, it's something to do in the morning before I eat a whole bunch.
And this is the time where I'd like to say, Mom and Dad, I'm thankful for you not signing me up for runs on Thanksgiving.
Your parents don't listen to this podcast.
Wow,
True.
just really cutting him at the knees there, huh?
Yep. But otherwise, Thanksgiving was awesome. my mom makes a White Castle stuffing.
I saw
which
you post that in Discord. How is that a
Oh.
thing? And it's got to be the best thing in the world.
It's amazing. I think she goes and buys like a sack of 10, which chocolate, that is not a sexual reference.
Says chocolate's
I'm
like,
just
yeah, it
assuming
says
he doesn't
you.
know what White Castle is. So
That's the burger, isn't it? White Castle.
Yeah,
it's
it's burgers.
Yeah, it's like little sliders. But so she just like somehow grinds it up and maybe adds like chicken broth or something. I don't know.
That's usually what it is, I think.
I was about to say I can comment. I actually may or may not have made this the other night, Lydonian, and it's freaking awesome. Holy cow!
Oh god, it's my favorite. Yeah, so it's so good. And then pumpkin pie, always those are my two like go-tos. And then we had like I think 12 people over at my parents' house, just cousins and aunts and uncles and stuff, when we were playing some left, right, center. Which I don't know if you guys played that game before.
Some LRC.
Yeah, heck yeah. So
Explain
me
it
and
for
my
the
wife
silly
won
English
$60
person.
playing. So
Dang.
that's
High
pretty
stakes.
nice. And then we bought my one of two purchases this weekend. We bought Instapot on
Nice.
Amazon. So
I
it's
don't know
like
what that is.
It's like a crock pot and pressure cooker.
Oh,
You know
okay.
you're
Yeah.
getting old when you're buying that stuff.
When you're excited for the crock pot you
it's-
just
Yeah,
bought.
yeah.
Super easy to use. Super
Yeah,
easy to use. That's
so-
good stuff.
Yeah, I figured it'd be nice to have like when you can make food in like 10 minutes before the baby gets here. So, and then I bought Pokemon Let's Go,
Yes. And we'll
Which
talk
was-
about it soon here.
which was not on sale, but it never will be.
Oh, you mean a Nintendo game wasn't on sale? Weird.
Yeah. I was really super close to pulling the trigger on like a new monitor, but it was just 1080p, and it was just a little bit quicker
Pleb.
for my PC, but it would have no benefit for my Xbox. So
So
I think I'm
skip
just
it.
I'm just gonna wait till the new Xbox comes out in 2 years, and then I'll get a kick-ass one.
Good deal. And Chocolate, how was your November 22nd? You do anything fun?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I sat down and ate with the family. No, nothing.
Just like a normal night.
yeah,
Just
normal
a
night.
normal Thursday.
It was a
We
normal
all got
Thursday.
together and just
Yeah, chilled out and relaxed. That was it.
Well, the one thing you could take advantage of, maybe, was Black Friday deals. Did you get anything?
I did pick up a camera, funny enough, a new webcam. So I've got the Streamer's Logitech C9, whatever it
22x.
is. That's the one. I think it was £24. So it was
nice.
It was a good drop.
How much is that normally?
I think it was between 65
Oh,
and
dang,
£80.
yeah.
So it came down a lot. So yeah, so I've just picked that up. I've set that up, and I might be jumping back into streaming again.
Yeah, I think it dropped down to like $35 US.
It was some
That's
of the deals
crazy
on
good deal. Yeah.
Yeah,
some of the
it's
streaming
crazy.
equipment was ridiculous. I was almost picked up a Stream Deck myself after I saw Docs, and I didn't. So I picked up Fallout 76 instead.
Oh, boy.
Another crazy good
Yeah.
deal.
How much?
Wait.
That was like half off, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I
Literally.
picked up for, I think it was £40. Well, £40 and 13 pence, which was a weird.
Yeah, I almost bought that on the PC just because it was down to like 35 American dollars on the PC.
Wow.
Me and Lydonian was talking. I probably would have pulled the trigger on the PC if it had like cross saves and stuff. I probably would have, but
Yeah, I definitely would have if it had cross save.
But yeah, the deals.
Stupid Sony.
it's got to beta test it.
But the deals seem like they've been unreal this year. I don't remember last year the deals being.
At least not
This
for
good.
stuff that was so recent, like Call of
Yeah.
Duty and Assassin's Creed, and there's so
Oh,
many
that's
games
right.
that had been out in the last like month that were half off.
Yeah.
Was it Odyssey half off too?
I-
Like that was
I-
the other one that like surprised me.
Yeah, Odyssey had a big discount on it, but also you said Hitman had in Discord.
Oh,
You mentioned
right, yeah.
Hitman 2 had
Hitman today, I think it was $29.99 at Walmart. That game came out literally 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like especially online deals, especially this year, have just like really upped their game for sure.
So like these publishers now, it's like they want to put out their games around the holiday season, but if you put them out right before it, they just get cut down. It's crazy.
Quick.
Yeah, but I mean, that makes you think, like, how much are they actually making on games to where they could still make a profit and, like...
Or they think they already sold their initial people they were going to sell for at a $60 price point in the first 2 weeks, right? So
yeah, correct. Yeah,
Well,
I mean...
Yeah.
Well, you create a new set of hype, don't you? You all of a sudden bring in a new user base that plays the game again, potentially streams it or talks to a friend about it, which then the price goes up, and then you might have the kind of the stragglers picking up the $60 game in 3-4 days' time.
Yeah, definitely true.
That and, games as a service, it's in their best interest to get somebody in regardless of, how they get them in,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, my Thanksgiving was good. Thanks for asking, Chocolate.
That's okay.
And moving on. No, it's
You disappeared for 4 days out of Discord. What happened?
I did. I mean, nothing really happened. My Thanksgiving was super small because my brother works at a casino around here, so he had to work on Thanksgiving. And then my mom is in retail. She had to leave our house at noon on Thanksgiving to get to her store to open it up and stuff. So I just hung out with my dad for a few hours, watched some football. I mean, it was still good, and the food was still good.
Yeah.
But as far as Black Friday goes, I did pick up Assassin's Creed for $27. $27. I couldn't say no to that. And then the other one I picked up was Uncharted Lost Legacy. That was like the DLC for Uncharted. It was $9.99 new. So I grabbed those two for under $40. Felt like a pretty good deal.
When do you think you'll have time to play those in between your Blackout?
Never.
Never. Yeah, just
But I have
the
them.
library.
And
Have
that's
you
what
seen
matters.
his stat sheet?
If I don't open them out of the shrink wrap, we might be able to give them away a few months down the road. So
That's why I didn't buy Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like, it was tempting, but I have it on whatever that Google stream thing is
Same,
for
yeah.
free.
Well,
Okay,
it's getting ready to
If I
run out
really
for us, though,
wanted to
I
play
think,
it,
in
I
January.
could.
yeah, it goes out in January. But like I tried that service or whatever, but I couldn't get it to work. Like it said my latency was too high. I'm sure it's something I could have worked out eventually or done something, but I couldn't even get it to run trying to use their streaming service. So that was the only reason that I hopped on it. And I had Redboxed it the first weekend it came out. So it's like I have,
Yeah.
I don't know, 10, 15 hours in it already. So now I can just pick it back up. But
There was one
yeah,
other
we'll
thing I
see.
got. That Sony did a big discount on their PS Now service for $70 for a year, and I went ahead and I was like, well, I'll give it a shot because now that you can download some games on it too. And I was wanting to get Bloodborne, and I didn't, and it was like not discounted at $30. So I'm just like, well, I might as well just get this year's service. So
I mean, yeah, why not? Because
Yeah,
then you have that
I-
plus whatever else.
yeah. So I mean, it might. Well, I'll kind of see how that does and how the streaming aspect does, but hopefully they keep adding games that you can download on it. So yeah.
Well,
But I picked
that
up,
was
too.
one of them, right? Bloodborne.
Yeah,
was?
Bloodborne was one of them, and that was one of the main reasons I pulled the trigger on it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anywho, what have you guys been playing this week? Lydonian, Doc. Do you guys want to start with Pokemon? Because I've also been playing some of that. Who just started playing it? Doc, we'll start with
Catch
you.
'em all. Yeah, I got the Pikachu version.
Yeah,
let's go.
Pikachu.
The correct version.
The correct version.
That just means the three of us can't trade the exclusive Pokemon together. We're gonna have to find someone else.
That's fine. We chose correctly. I think Moose chose incorrectly.
Yep. And the Chindocta.
So if you trade with them, do they lose their Eevee? Or is it...
No, you
we're
can
chocolate.
catch Eevee
Come
and
on.
Pikachu in both versions, Chocolate. Just maybe you should go check on your daughter for the next 5 minutes.
Is that the baby crying? I think I hear the baby, Chocolate.
Chocolate just got savagely beat here.
Oh, there she is.
No. Go on, you carry on talking about your Pokemon.
No, so Chocolate, you can catch multiple versions of or multiple of the same Pokemon. So it's like if you have a Pikachu, you can catch another one, and then you could trade that one. But
Okay.
the ones that actually like hang out on your shoulder and like run around with you all the time, I don't think you can do. Like those ones don't even evolve, and I would assume you can't trade them either. So not
Yeah,
that one, but all the other ones you can trade.
This is making me more and more not want to get into this game.
All right, great.
You guys might have to explain to me too the whole like why like it's important if a Pokemon happens to be like a larger than normal Pokemon or a small Pokemon or like a shiny and stuff. Like I don't like see back when I played Yellow, those weren't things. So like
That hasn't been a thing in any game that I've played. So
Yeah.
oh okay,
I
so
had to
nobody
look
knows
it up.
either. Okay.
did you?
I had to
So
look
did
it
you
up.
look it up? Can you
Yeah,
explain
so-
any of it?
Yeah, so I mean, just like a larger human being or a smaller human being, usually the smaller ones will have like, they'll be lighter in weight, so their attacks might not do as much,
But they might
they'll
have more
usually
agility?
be faster.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
so it actually affects their stats. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if you guys visited one of Professor Oak's assistants after you got off like the SS Anne boat. Are you guys at that point yet?
I am not. So you're
I'm not,
cruising
no.
in this game, huh?
Yeah. Oh my God. I've been flying. But anyway, he gives you a tool that just analyzes the Pokemon. It judges them. So like previously, you would look at like two Pikachus right next to each other, and you'd be like, this one's special move is this. This one's special move is this. Which one's better? And it would be like tough to tell. But this just judges them for you, and it tells you like very good stats or like okay stats. And
so much
like,
easier than doing the work yourself.
This one's
yeah,
a piece
exactly.
of crap.
It's amazing. So you can actually tell. So like I've caught in a ton of huge and tiny Pokemon, and really besides them being bigger, I don't think they really do that much. Supposedly they could hit harder with more weight, but they'll be slower and sort of stuff. But I don't think it really. I think it just gives you you want to catch them because you get the stat bonuses when you catch the tiny or big ones. Like you get a
Okay.
multiplier for when you catch them.
Because I was real confused the first couple times where he's just like, "Wow, it's tiny," and I was like, "What?"
Well,
What
or
does
they
that
have
even
like
mean?
that aura around
The
them
red
in
or
the,
blue,
in the wild.
or-
Yeah,
the
so I
blue
was
means
just like,
it's tiny. The red means it's big.
I just assumed the
Yeah.
red one was real mad, so it was going to be like hard to catch, and then the blue one was happy, so it'd be easier. But I
that
guess
was my
that's
video
not it.
game. Yeah, that was my video game like base knowledge of like, oh, this must be a mad Pokemon.
Surrounded
'Cause
by
it's
a red aura, you must be pissed.
Yeah.
So I even like I dove pretty deep down the rabbit hole because all these features were kind of new, and then apparently when you finish the game and you
Well, spoiler warning.
not really. It's nothing. It's like if you want to catch all 150 or whatever. Once you get to that point, there's apparently shiny Pokemon, which
Oh, perfect.
I had
See,
no idea that was even
same.
a thing. But you
Yeah,
have like
same
a
here.
1 in 4,500 chance of catching a shiny Pokemon.
Oh, good God. And there's
So-
Yeah.
is each one of them shiny? You can catch a shiny one of each of them?
I would assume, but like if
Oh
you
my
finish
God.
the game, you'll have better odds of catching them. It's like goes down to like 1 in 3,500, and
Nice.
then there's ways to up your chances, but it's still like incredibly rare, and they aren't. I don't believe they're actually better. I think they're just like
Shiny.
rarer. Yeah. So when people like.
That was my question. Yeah, is like, are they actually better? If not, yeah.
From what I read, they're not any better. They just look cooler.
They look shiny instead of matte. So now you can collect your 150 matte Pokemon, and then you can get your 150 glossy Pokemon.
I prefer matte
Correct.
finish. Glossy's just
Matte
fingerprints
finish 100%
everywhere. Yeah.
is the right finish.
I don't want fingerprints all over my Pokemon. So
So what 6 Pokemon are you guys gonna try and roll with?
Well, it's kind of we talked about this a little earlier, but so I ran into Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle like really quick, and like even apparently they give them out. It sounded like if you run into the right trainers or people, they're just like, "Hey, I'm a shitty Pokemon trainer. Here, take my Charmander because it's probably gonna die
you
if
can do
I
a better
have it."
job. Yeah.
oh jeez.
So like I got a Charmander that way, but I had caught a Squirtle and a Bulbasaur earlier, like just in the wild, and I was like, awesome! Like I'm gonna have the initial 3 that you like wanted in red and blue, but
How
they're
did
just,
you catch a Squirtle? Did you have a fishing pole?
No, I caught the Squirtle next to the guy that gave me the Charmander. It was right near the water. He was wandering around in grass that was attached to water.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I saw this random, Squirtle just walking in the water, and I just kidnapped him. No big deal.
Yeah, I chased it down, and then it's like I used all my raspberries to try to lure it into my van or towards
this all
me.
Sounds terrible.
And then
I'm learning a lot of things about this game now.
And then I took out my premium
realize.
balls, and I was throwing them at him,
Phrasing.
and eventually I got him.
I was just about to ask about these Pokemon
So
balls.
here's another fun fact for you if you didn't know. The premium ball is no better than a regular Pokemon.
Son of a...
That seems like
The great ball
rip-off.
is better, but the premium ball is just a fancier ball. Again, it's like the shiny thing. Like,
So, like,
Well, don't
if you
worry.
catch a
I wasted
Yeah.
my 2 premium balls throwing it at this damn Squirtle.
Well, you
and then
didn't
the
waste them
the
'cause
great
they're
ball
worthless.
caught it.
So
Yeah.
if Posh Bear was to play this game, as a
yes,
trainer,
all
he would be
premium
the
all
premium.
about the premium balls.
Okay,
Correct.
I
Yes,
guarantee
they're not
you,
actually
Posh Bear's
better.
all about the premium balls.
I would be all about the great balls. That's what it's about.
Ooh,
I want-
and you would love the ultra balls.
Oh, boy.
Oh my Jesus!
And hold
And
on.
what
to your,
colour
hold
are
on
those
to your,
Ultra Balls?
Well, hold on to your pants when I tell you about the Master Ball, because let me tell you, I'm talking about
Anyway.
rare.
Yeah, I think we need to sidestep the ball talk.
All right. So back to which Pokemon you're gonna use.
Okay, so right now I'm rolling Pikachu, Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, a Pidgeotto, and a Geodude, I think.
Nice.
Yep.
Well,
How about you?
We're rather similar. I'm Pikachu, Ivysaur, Charmeleon, Wartortle, and Pidgeotto. I kind of switch depending on who I'm facing. And then I have Sandslash because he's my favorite Pokemon.
He's pretty badass.
Yeah. The dig that you can put on him really just OP. And then I use Butterfree, but I'm going to replace Butterfree once I get my Abra leveled up.
Good call.
Yeah.
How about you, Doc?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with what I did in yellow. What I've only got currently is Pikachu, Squirtle, Charmander, Bulbasaur, and I'm assuming that the whole evolution trick is the same as the old one, so I'm not gonna let them evolve to learn all the best moves quick, and then as soon as they do, I'm gonna then evolve them up. And then I'm eventually gonna get a Abra for Alakazam, and I haven't decided on what my last one will be. Maybe a Machamp, maybe, I'm not sure though. But I'm trying to think what would probably balance that out, because I would have a electric, water, grass, fire, psychic.
I mean, from what I remember in the last games, like the best Pokemon in general to have was like a Nidoking or Nidoqueen.
True, yeah.
But they're like so difficult to level up because you have to level them from like level 4.
Yeah.
And then you need a Moonstone as well, I think.
So is that the ones that require that? Yeah, because I was trying to remember what requires that, and because I was having a hard time remembering how all that worked too.
Yeah, the stone. And I did just look it up. You cannot evolve Pikachu or Eevee.
Okay, I assumed you couldn't. I don't think
So
that'd
you
make
would
a lot
have
of
to
sense.
catch you'd have to catch another one to get the fill out the Pokédex.
Just have a Vaporeon just sitting on your head.
That's
That'd get really uncomfortable.
That dog has a fintail, crazy.
All right, and then lastly, Chocolate, I just want you to name 6 Pokemon that you haven't heard on this podcast so far.
there we go.
Oh. Okay. Chimichanga.
Close.
Taco Bell.
Didn't even try from the get go.
I didn't say name
McDonald's.
some Mexican stuff.
Yeah, can't name anything. Pokemon
Yes,
was...
the Taco Bell Pokemon. Yeah.
Yes. That's the exclusive rare one, which is shiny and has... you can only catch him in the Red Bull.
All
Yeah,
right.
I don't know.
Chihuahua Quesadilla Burrito.
Burrito, Fajita, and Hot Spice.
Vegeta.
Now you're
man.
talking about Dragon Ball.
Chaotic's really gonna love that Pokemon.
Yeah, pick on the old guy. Move on.
All right, let's move on to some Fallout 76. Doc, Lydonian. Chocolate, did you get a chance to also hop into this?
Haven't fired it up. Looking to do that this week.
All right. Well, Doc and Lydonian, anything for you guys on that? I haven't bought it. Not sure if I will.
I got to show off my haunted house in chat the other day.
Yeah, you posted this thing and you're like, hey, the CAG headquarters is coming along great. And I was like, I'm never going there. That looks like a haunted house.
Yeah,
Help
that
me
looks
out.
like where I'm going to get murdered.
I'll get hurt.
Look, guys, I only had a little bit of money, and I had to make it go a long ways. So it was turns out real estate is still very expensive post-apocalypse in West Virginia. So
Dang.
I mean, we can't even get in there unless we're playing with you, though, right? Because it's not like
correct.
And no one
Yeah,
wants to
'cause
play
it's
with Doc, so
Also correct. So,
Can't we pull our caps together?
like, can you gift
actually,
caps to each other?
See,
Yeah.
I was asking this chaotic the other day. I don't know how a lot of that works because, to being completely frank, I have teamed up with people, but it was just to do events in the game. I've never actually just teamed up with somebody or somebody from Discord that we would actually want to like build a base together. So I'm actually not sure how a lot of that works, or if it works that way.
So
know.
Mellified and I were playing the other day, and I could build stuff in his base.
Okay, so maybe. So do you think that was just because you was in his party and that's all that's required?
Yeah,
or?
I think you just need to be in the same party, and then you can build in each other's
So,
bases.
My next question is: Did that increase the budget for your build when you were in his party, or could you tell, or?
Oh, I don't know. We didn't actually.
Sounds like we have
build
some
it.
testing
I just
to
built
do.
like a workbench. Yeah, I just built
Okay.
like a workbench so I could break down all my tools and drop stuff off. I
built,
don't know anything about a budget.
Yeah, well, it's basically they give you like a cap on how much stuff you can build in the area, and the thing I figured out real quick is turrets cost a lot of that budget.
Turrets.
Not much. Turrets,
Yeah,
sorry.
I was gonna-
Turnips. Anyways,
Those flowers.
those flowers. That costs a lot of the budget. So, like, obviously it says like, hey, you want to have a defense, so some random NPC or something just doesn't come up and wreck shop. Although you could say this is nice or not a good thing about the game, but the penalty for like losing your base or dying in this game is super minimal. Like,
That sucks.
not a. Yeah, well, you see, that's the thing. Like, some people could look at that as a good thing. Some people could look at it as like not a good thing for a game that has PvP. But like,
I don't know. I thought like you lose all your junk that you had on you, and you lose.
well, you would if you don't go back and get it, but you can just go back, grab. It's
right,
like literally.
But like, if someone's killing you, can't they take your stuff?
See, I don't know how that works. I don't know if they
Yeah,
can take it or
I
not. I
haven't-
don't know.
Yeah, we saw people, but we just kind of.
What good are you
To
guys?
them.
Well,
You got a
We're
week
your
to start
friendly
murdering
neighborhood
people.
Fallout 76 people.
yeah, I'm just trying to
Technically, you
survive.
can't kill other people until you're level 5 anyway, and I just hit level 5.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Time to start killing.
So
I said
chocolate in 2 years when you hit level 5, you'll be able to kill someone.
Superb.
Still in the tutorial notes.
Yeah. I'm still
yeah.
in winter.
I set up that base by a golf course and airport, so I kind of put an area where I'm like, okay, I'm going to be looting a lot of this stuff, so I might as well set up here. But the one thing that I did post in Discord, Sweeney actually posted it on Twitter, and I didn't realize how rare this was. So I was playing the game one night in the living room, streaming. I didn't even have a mic on me. It was Sweeney in chat, and I was just talking to him, I think via, I don't know if it's Mixer chat or Discord or what, but he was the only one watching. And I was just playing a mission, and all of a sudden I look at the side of the road at night, and there's this, I don't know how to describe it, but well, I'll tell you what it said above its head. It said Mothman above its head. And it was a giant furry ball-looking thing with giant red eyes. And I'm like, Sweeney, are you seeing this? And he's like, what the hell? He's like, kill it. I'm like, it says it's level 45. I'm level 7. I'm going to die. And so I kind of just looked at it. I finished the mission I was on because I was doing like a mission. I had to escort this robot somewhere. And I come back and it's there, and I'm just like, whatever. For science, I'm gonna go up and attack this thing and see what happens. And I did, and it didn't attack me back. And so then I'm at the point I'm like, well, is this another bugged quest, or is it just not violent? And I'm like, well, I'm already committed now. And I took out my bat with like barbed wire bat, and I just beat it to death. And it was level 45, so this took like 5 minutes to chip away its health and kill. I'm literally just sitting on stream, just like badgering this gigantic moth with giant red eyes. It's horrific looking. I finally kill it. I got like a.
How dare
machine.
you?
Well, I
Mothman
know, yeah.
was a.
Well, I posted
treasure.
I posted in Discord. I was like, I come across an endangered species, and it was the first thing I do, and it's like the gif of like the orc guy being like, looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. It's just like I just killed it.
And there's my selfie.
Yeah, and I got the selfie, and I got like some loot.
Did you take a clip of any of this for the?
I took a bunch of pictures. I didn't do I should have done a clip of it. I didn't even think to. I got a like a high level shotgun and gun out of it, as you do from a Mothman when you kill it. Just carrying a random shotgun.
So did you make this whole species extinct? Like, was that on the endangered species list?
So
and you just killed the last one?
Here's the weird part about all this. So I go on the internet and I'm like, the hell is this thing? Like, is this a Fallout thing? Is this a lore piece? And then Sweeney was like looking it up at the time, and he's like, apparently it's like a West Virginia folklore kind of thing, and they put it in this game, and apparently, now I don't know if this is still true because the game just came out recently, but apparently the odds of it spawning are incredibly rare.
And you murdered it.
And I just flat out badgered it to death with a baseball bat.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that was the most interesting thing that happened so far to me.
Yeah, you extincted a whole entire species. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was horrifying.
Just a horrible
looking.
person.
At least you didn't video it.
I took a selfie with my thumbs up around it with it. It made it into a postcard that says "Welcome to West Virginia." It was pretty
just
great.
like those Lara Croft ones with just the enemy has arrows in their heads laying at her feet, and she's just smiling.
Just smirking.
Horrifying.
So good. Last thing I'll say about all this is anybody, it's getting a lot of hate right now on a lot of real bad reviews. Like if you go to its Metacritic, I think it's like, I want to say low 60s right now. It's like the worst ever rated Bethesda game.
I don't know why. To me it's just like Fallout 70 or Fallout 4. Like,
see, I agree.
I haven't run
Lydonian,
into any of the errors or anything. Like,
now,
to me
I've
it's
had,
just like an online Fallout 4.
Yeah, I've had issues, but I also had issues in Fallout 4 that similar to the ones I'm having now. Like it doesn't seem like it's anything crazier. So is this game like a 90 or an 85? Probably not, but it's like Lydonian said, it's like what Fallout 4 was if it just had multiplayer without a lot of NPCs. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, if you go in knowing that it's going to be like Fallout 4, I think you're going to be happy. Like,
yeah.
I'm fairly pleased with it. Like, I still have yet to play with you because you've been just dodging me and working.
Well,
nothing like calling them out
Like,
live on a podcast.
Doc,
yeah, no.
why do you work so much?
It was funny because the two times Lydonian hit me up this past time. Well, one, we was getting ready to do the podcast that one morning because we had to redo it. And I'm like, you're not going to believe this, but I'm doing a podcast. I think Lydonian was like, sure you are. Like,
I
yeah,
it's
like
4.
Thanks for the invite, yeah. And then the other day I was literally at work and Lydonian's like, whatever. And I'm like, no, I swear.
You just need to start sending him photo evidence.
Yeah.
With timestamps.
It's all right. Chocolate will be able to play with me.
Well, I'll be there. But you say about calling Doc out. He got called out in Discord as well, saying
I did.
Chaotic messaged him and went, oh, thanks for the invite. While we
on
Battlefield
today. Yeah. Literally just hopped on Battlefield, and I had just invited Thousand Fists, and Chocolate hopped on too, and literally at that same moment, Chaotic's like, thanks for not inviting me. And I'm like, I literally just hopped on.
Doc, you're soon going to understand why I spend whole months at a time appearing offline.
I do. I see.
You just got
the
a
issue
small
here
taste
now.
of it.
I get it now. It's like one of those things like, oh man, I get it. Yeah, this is rough. But anyways, last thing about
being popular.
You have no idea.
Mean Girls give. It's like, I just hate being so popular. No, the last thing about that game though is it does have bugs and issues though. Like I've definitely run into some.
A Bethesda game?
Well, actually, but you that's the perfect point right there, Risky. Is if you've played a Bethesda game, it's nothing crazier than they've had before. With that said,
well, right. That's what I've seen from this, from an outsider's perspective at least, because obviously I haven't touched the game, is that everything I've read online about this game is terrible. Everything I've heard from people that I talk to on a day-to-day basis is glowing. Like everybody that I talk to likes it a lot, at the very least. But then literally everything else I read online is just putting the game down, and I don't get it.
And some of the online people, like especially the ones that reviewed it, they're not wrong with some of the stuff they've said. It just seems like the gloves are off this time for how they're treating.
Like how
it,
many times can you release something with this many bugs and have it be a pass? Kind of.
So I watched a video of people who like crashed a server, and they launched like 3 nukes at the same time. Like,
yeah, which
I'm
was not.
sorry,
I'm
but
sure.
if you do that, I'm pretty sure any server is going to crash with how much that has to load and everything.
Yeah, because that was a moment of like, I'm pretty sure the developers didn't quite intend that to happen so quick.
Like I want to see just your 16 people or whatever just walking around and then have the servers crash, not 3 people launching the most explosive thing that can happen in the game and expect that to go off without a hitch.
I was going to say, watching people streaming this, everyone's having fun. I think all the reviews that they've lost that part of
having
the
fun
review.
while playing games.
Well, yeah,
The fun factor in gaming.
which is essentially why we game.
Exactly.
For fun. Okay, yes, you can go storyline, bugs, etc., etc. But essentially, if you're having fun with it, doesn't matter if it's a.
In a nutshell, I mean, I think what it comes down to is people harping on it aren't completely wrong. Like, I've had my game crash 3 or 4 times. Also, like, Lydonian said, I had Fallout 4 crash 3 or 4 times when I played it. The way to think of it is it's Fallout 4 online with less NPCs, events and weeklies and dailies like you would expect from an online game, and base building anywhere you want to, basically, versus Fallout 4 had a very limited settlement type deal.
And how is it story-wise? Is there decent story beats in the game? Like with
you could argue that's one of the knocks on it, or not. It depends, because the way they basically set it up is the main quest line. I've done a decent portion of it now. Is a breadcrumb trail of the vault overseer that left the vault and basically left a breadcrumb trail for you to follow. And it's her experiences with the world so far, what she's finding out about this post-apocalyptic world, and how it's not turned out to be how she expected it to be, or stuff like you go to this town first, this like first town she was supposed to meet up with after you go see her camp she's built, and she's like, hey, I came here to meet with responders, nobody's here, I'm gonna go back to the town where I'm originally from. And then you go back to her house she's from, and she leaves basically these holotapes that you play. Well, there's nothing to spoil, though. It's basically just, she leaves holotapes, and that's
she
basically
just teaches you how to play the game,
more or less.
The giant tutorial.
Actually, chocolate. Yeah, you'll like this chocolate.
So that was the one thing that I would actually knock, is because when I joined up with Mellified, he had already gone through all that. And
right.
Technically, I could have just gone with him, but he's like, "Oh, let's do some mirror quests." Which, thank you for that, Mellified. But yeah, it was just like, "Hey, do this, do that, do that." But I love when games just let you do whatever quests you want.
True, yeah.
Because it reminds me of a true like MMO RPG style game.
So are there just random? Are there also random quest givers like that, like for like side quests and stuff?
They're mostly like holotapes and notes that you find, and then those will send you on missions.
Okay,
but this is actually where I would say the game shines a lot, because even though I kind of said the main quest line wasn't that great, it's probably been the least impressive story beat so far. But again, it's like Lydonian said, it's mostly there to teach you the game stuff, the basics of the game as you go from spot to spot. Some of the other quests I found is some of the best ones I've ever played in a Bethesda game, though. Like the one I just finished up, I'm not going to get too specific, but you find, and it's like Lydonian said, you'll either find notes or holotapes that will basically start off this quest line of what had happened at this place before or whatever. But I'm on this one quest line where there was this like secret, almost comic book hero order that this schoolmaster lady had started after the post-apocalypse and everything, and she was basically training these young girls to basically be like superhero type ninja, like people to like almost Robin Hood, like defend the weak and everything like that. And they apparently were legit really skilled people, and then you start to uncover this plot about how there was somebody betraying them, and they were starting to get picked off more and more by raiders and all this stuff. And then you kind of uncover more and more stuff, and it's really good, actually. Like and there's several stuff like this in that game, to where you'll find these holotapes that start off these quest lines, and it's really good stuff to where you're either listening to holotapes, reading computer entries, finding stuff, aftermath of stuff. But it's really good stuff, though. Really good.
So did you spoil the whole best side quest?
Yeah.
No, I mean, because what happens in the second and third kind of parts of that is what's really kind of crazy, and what really makes that special, that quest line. But so far I've come across kind of 2 different ones like that are pretty lengthy, and they're really good. And like Lydonian was saying, you can also kind of do whatever you want. You can go do events. You can go, like, I'm just going to go to this golf course and see what's up here. So
that's what I like, is that, like, it's an open world game with really no direction, right? So, like every other open world game, there's like a main, like Red Dead Redemption, there's a main story. And so if you just wander around, you kind of feel like you're neglecting the actual game. Whereas this, I don't feel that sense of like, I need to be doing this, I need to be doing that.
Yeah.
So I love that it's like, just do whatever the heck you want.
Yeah, and that's me too. Like this game struck a note with me to where Fallout 4 I actually didn't like quite as much because the base building wasn't as expanded as it could have been, whereas this is, and like this game definitely hit some beats that Fallout 4 didn't for me, and I do like this better. And like to get back to how the game's structured, like the perk system I feel like is way better in this game than Fallout 4, and you use cards that you get packs every time you level. And you can pick which perks to put in which category, and that depicts the number of that stat. So you're not having to like old school D&D being like my strength is 10 and this intelligence is this and blah blah blah. It's just I have this perk card that lets me do this. I'm gonna use that, and it just so happens to be a strength card, and then my strength goes up 1 or whatever. So I like how they did all that stuff too.
I like it as well.
But yeah, I mean it's one of those things to where I don't know if it's still $30. I don't know if that's probably not a permanent price decrease, but I don't really know because I think it got a Black Friday decrease and then it got decreased further. Is that correct? Or maybe I'm thinking wrong.
I haven't seen that. I've just seen the Black Friday Cyber Monday deal.
Yeah, I just saw it was like, what?
30.
35?
35.
35 maybe,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that is a good price for the game. Like, is 60... The way I look at it is people stream games nowadays. There's no excuse for going into a game not knowing what it is. But if you like the base building stuff of Fallout 4 and you want a more open, less linear experience, then this is totally doing that well, in my opinion. It's got flaws, but no more than
Is
Bethesda games
$35
have.
a good price if I think I might play it but probably won't?
Well, risky considering you pay $60 for that. I'd say it's a great price for you to jump in.
Half off.
Considering
You're
that
saving
last
money.
point. Yeah.
You are
maybe.
saving money.
Done. Picking it up now. Thanks.
And bought.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys go on Fallout.
Yeah.
What else? Battlefield 5. I'm sure
Oh.
everybody's playing some of that.
Love it.
Definitely. 3 of us played it, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, today.
Yep.
Yeah.
I suck.
All right, good.
It's the hardest first-person shooter I've ever played. Mainly because the first like 10 minutes, Doc would be like, "There's a guy on the ridge," and I'd be like, "Where?"
What ridge, Doc? Give me a number.
Like I don't see the guy, and then Chocolate would just die next to me, and I'd revive. So I was just the medic, and I would just revive people, which was
Hey, that's
actually
important.
very fun. Yeah, super satisfying. Except
Totally
for,
got us the win several times. Too.
Yeah, Doc
Yeah.
just if you follow Doc, you're gonna get a lot of points because
He goes down a lot.
I did. Hey, to be fair, I had a decent score though.
No,
at the end of the day.
you were
Yeah.
top of the leaderboards. But
yeah, if I had
mean,
somebody making me
you're
invincible the whole
welcome.
game.
Hey, Lydonian, to be fair, that did give me way more confidence than I normally would have. I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to rush in here because Lydonian's got my back. I got this.
As soon as
I'm
I
just
get
gonna
mowed
Frankenstein
down,
right back up.
I'll be here
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, there was one game where it was like me, Doc, 10,000 Fists, and who was it? Chaotic?
Squad goals.
Yeah, I think it was. And those two were sniping, and Doc was flying around in a plane, and I'm just like, guys, I can't revive you if you're sniping because nobody's hitting you. And Doc is flying a plane, so what am I supposed to do? And I just died probably like 30 times trying to take like
Waiting
a
for someone
singular
else
point.
to
Yeah,
die
for like
That's
yeah.
when you go assault and then just keep dropping him ammo.
no, because I'm a medic class.
Booyah.
I'm not gonna go to some other class.
Represent.
Right?
It was funny because Lydonian was giving me such crap about dying. Towards the end there, I started to be like, okay, guys, the plan is we're going to flank this radio tower on the ridge to the right here. Heads up, we're probably going to die. This is a dangerous mission. It's like we're probably not going to make it, but we need to do this.
So from
But it was
the
fun.
little bit I've played, does the medic? What's your favorite medic class gun, Lydonian? Because I feel like I didn't like. At least I didn't really like the starter weapons, so I'd been playing
I hated
assault.
the starter one.
Okay.
So I would just pick up whatever other person's gun I could find.
Oh, there you go.
But truth to be told, I don't know how to switch guns for your starter character. So
Oh, so okay. Yep. Perfect.
yeah, I'm
You
probably
you
the
were in a
wrong person
party
to
with
ask.
Doc for how many hours and you couldn't ask him? I bet you he knew the answer.
Well, we just kept on going into games, and that's another thing that annoys me just
About
slightly
Doc?
about this game.
Oh,
No, not about Doc. Was the
Different bag of
game
issues there.
lasts forever? It's like a 40-minute game sometimes, which is just
are you guys just playing
crazy.
Conquest the whole time?
Well, we were doing grand operations, which that is the longest game mode in that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you lose one and win one, then it
Yeah.
so you have to play a third.
prolongs. Oh yeah,
Yikes.
watching Doc die all over again, going gung ho. Let's go this way. And then all the enemies are kind of... That's one of the problems, I think, with the game at the moment. Quite a few of the enemies can blend in with the background really, really well.
Yeah.
That's the point of camouflage, chocolate.
But they haven't got camo on.
Oh.
But yeah,
Well, just
They were
like their
born
default
green.
colors or whatever, yeah.
it was... I mean, it's great. If you've got a squad, that game, for me personally, is the best shooter game with a decent squad.
agree.
I think it's so fun with people, but I just don't know why you can't have more people.
Yeah, well, there was 5 in Battlefield 1. I'm not sure why they cut it down to 4, honestly.
Wait.
And I didn't know that till it
The
launched.
actual
Yeah.
squads only hold 4 now? Even,
Yeah. Used
They
to be
lost-
5, yeah.
They lost one.
I mean, if you got
Battlefield-
4, you might as well play Blackout, guys. Come on.
Come on. I think Lydonians, or I think Chocolate's right, though. Like, you could argue playing solo can be not so fun in this game, given how the time to kill is. But with the squad, it is super fun, though. Yeah.
It'd be nice to see an evolution of, well, Lydonian said, more players having not a bigger squad, but have like 2 sets of 4 that you could party up and be together all the time.
Do that?
I don't think you can.
You can, yeah. There
Okay.
is ways to do that. Basically, you just have to coordinate with the server list at that point. The bigger issue, though, is just finding a server that has that many spots open. Would be
Because
the
the
big
Yeah,
servers
but
that
that's-
do only have like 15 people in them, so you're just like, well, the 10 of us can join, but then it's still going to take another half hour for the rest of the server to populate, if it ever does.
Well,
Yeah.
we can always find a server with no one in it. It just seems.
Oh yeah, that issue apparently. I guess Battlefield or DICE has accepted that's never going to get fixed. Because back in Battlefield 3, I was like, man, it stuck me in an empty server, with a group of squad members. Hope they fix this for 4.
Now we're on
And
5.
here we are in Battlefield 5
After
Like,
1.
and 1 did it as well. Although I feel like one thing I will say they cleaned up a little bit is 1. I felt like had way more in between games, and getting a game started, it took way longer. Even though Battlefield 5 is not quick, it's faster than Battlefield 1 was, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that's not saying a lot, I guess. But
All right. Great.
I just don't like how I get lost in the levels. Like,
You need that map knowledge.
yeah, and like just whatever mode we were playing, like all of a sudden it'd be like, you are out of bounds, and I'm like, what? I've been standing in the same spot for 5 minutes. And now it's telling me I'm out of bounds. Like, and you had to like run forward or run back. Like some clearer instructions would be nice to pop up on the screen.
I was gonna say too, you guys would be interested in this, but on the big patch that's coming on December 5th, they are adding dragging and tank ducking in.
Did you just
if you're in
say
the
they're
tournaments-
adding dragons?
dragging?
Oh.
Also dragons.
Yeah.
It's a
Game of
crazy mode.
Thrones.
It's gonna be insane. So that'll help out medics a whole lot, because right now, like if you go to Battlefield Reddit, every GIF on the Reddit is like, medic, revive me, and the medic's like, you're in the open, you ran out in front of a tank, this is what you get, revive me, medic, this team is trash, you're all trash, good game, other team. Like, that's all the Reddit is. But right now what they're missing is the ability to drag somebody back into cover, and that'll help out a lot. And then also tank turrets, nobody gets to the turn of a tank now, because you're going to get picked off by a sniper in 2 seconds if you do, and they're going to allow you to duck if you're in a turret now, which,
Oh, God. You imagine.
yeah. But that game is brutally realistic at times, too, in terms of, like, if you're just in the middle of a battle with everybody screaming, like, because if your guy's on the ground, he's like, I'm dying, medic, help me. And,
I'm
like,
sorry for screaming so much there, Doc.
I was
It's
out of
just
bounds.
scary when you jump in for the first time. I mean,
yeah, but that game is brutally, I don't want to say realistic, but, like, it is the most, like, you feel like you're in a movie at times. I guess I've said that before, but it really does feel like that at times when you're playing that game. It's pretty good.
Good. So not much has changed. Battlefield 5 is still the best Battlefield-ish.
And the latest.
And the one that's happening now. All right, what else? Chocolate, FIFA, anything new, interesting?
FIFA. I beat the top of the league for our inter-cross-Atlantic gaming FIFA league. That was a mouthful and a half. Why did I say that?
I don't even know what you just said.
Okay. So, we've got the league.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Are you saying yes and not sure about it? Yes.
So far, I know that we do have a cross-Atlantic gaming league.
Okay. So I beat 10,000 Fists today.
Oh, man. He's the Sweeney killer.
Wait,
isn't he?
He's
yeah,
the
wasn't
Sweeney
that
killer.
Wow.
Wait,
Threw
Chocolate.
everything for a loop.
I
Chocolate,
did.
so follow my logic here, Chocolate. You beating 10,000 Fists, does that then mean that because he beat Sweeney, you are therefore better than Sweeney?
FIFA King!
I think I should be
No,
crowned
that is not.
the
That
FIFA
is not
King.
true.
Sweeney right now is just like tightening his fist, listening to this.
I got
Chocolate FIFA
money
King
on
there?
Sweeney.
Oh,
Me too.
Damien. Oh.
There's no way that he would ever let you beat him.
Possibly not, but all I need to do is make sure he doesn't win. And the logic is, if he drops points against me, he still can't win the league. That's the method.
So
to
you
madness.
guys are all just working towards him not winning, even if you don't win.
Well, what I should have done is drop the game to Fists, and I didn't. I stupidly went out and beat him. So yes,
Was that the game you were just streaming?
it was. Yeah, it's on stream.
Dang.
Did Fist disconnect or something? Were his players actually moving? Or...
Well, according
Oh.
to my headset, his players were having issues.
Oh, man.
Oh, so you were like, Fist, are you there? And you just didn't hear anything?
Oh no,
so you
I
kept
heard
playing?
him. I heard him.
Oh, okay.
You can always
So-
hear Fists.
So
I'll check the VODs.
is the goal now basically for you just to play super defensive when Sweeney plays you? Just,
Yeah, well, I need to beat him really. I think I'm
Oh.
third still, but level on points with. Yeah, I've got to be level on points with Fists. And
I love seeing Sweeney in that FIFA chat where he'll like post he'll be like, hey Pete, nice game, 7-0, I won. Huh. That seems a bit backhanded.
Sweeney is the man.
Hey, great game, mate.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows, I beat him 7-0.
that was only in the first half. He disconnected halfway
Just
through
so
the
you
game.
know, I put a beat down.
I think the worst.
That's rough.
I don't know if Pete listens, but the worst bit was after he disconnected. Sweeney was saying, I should have calmed down a little bit. 7's a bit harsh."
I would feel so bad. There's no way I could. I don't know.
But in all fairness, Pete was very good. He took it all in good spirit.
Pete wasn't very good at the game.
Risky.
I'm not
I
saying
do
anything.
not think you would do that. I think you would just run up that score as high as possible.
I think it depends on who I'm playing.
If it were Rocket League, you would score as many goals as you could on Sweeney. Or
Like I
chocolate.
said, I think it depends on who you're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweeney did say he had a bit of frustration to get out. So
Peter sounds like a nice guy. I wouldn't have run up the score.
yeah, you would. Anyway, moving on.
All right, great. Who wants to talk about Blackout?
Woo. Yeah.
Yes, a guest host that plays it. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to add besides I'm addicted.
So
Um,
I'll say that like I haven't gotten a win in ages, and like I think it's just because more people continuously play, and also I've been trying to get wins in like quads. I think duos is definitely the way to go. If you
Duos,
have a good
by far.
duo partner, then you guys can definitely like take advantage. And people don't go for the insta kill in duos, where in quads they just like if you get downed and the person's near you, they're just gonna beat you
you're
down.
gonna get thirsted quick.
Yeah, like I feel like thirsting's not a big thing in duos if you're playing smart. Whereas
yeah,
like
because you need to be focusing on the other person.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Who you just put down.
quads, I feel like if you make it out of the first fight with all four people, you got a solid chance to win the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless I'm on your team.
Excuse me, thirsting?
That's like when you're downed and then the person just comes and kills you immediately.
You've never heard that, Doc?
He doesn't
Actually, I
play
haven't, no.
Fortnite.
To be fair,
yeah, I guess that.
Oh, is that a
I haven't.
Fortnite thing?
Well, it's Fortnite. Any and PUBG, I guess it was in as well.
Oh.
Because you go down into the down state, and then if you kill them again, obviously they're done for the game. So you'd be like, okay, I thirsted one, like, so you know that guy can't be revived.
How did that miss me? Yeah, I totally hadn't heard that before. Yeah, totally.
That must be. It's just a battle royale thing, then.
Yeah.
So
I guess.
I always get thirsted then.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
if you don't get to play the game after the first 30 seconds anymore,
It's like that. That term
got-
always happens to me.
That's why I've never heard it.
Yep. Yep.
I'm loading into the next match.
Yeah. I mean, if you go and
Oh,
watch
geez.
streamers, you'll be like, he's thirsting me, or he's gonna thirst me. It's just I don't know how the terminology came around, but also I think people are starting to figure out like better locations in the map to go, because I was playing a game the other day with Julia, and we dropped like 4 different remote locations, and every time we dropped in anywhere, there was another team there, and I couldn't find a gun, and I died every single time, and it was really frustrating, but like cool to see that people are going to more remote locations.
I played with you guys twice, and I can tell you that your problem is that you drop in these remote locations because they never have good loot.
Sound logic.
Like, the best
I
part
see
about
what you're saying.
yeah, the best a high chaos area is that if you win your initial gunfights, you're gonna be looted. Like, you're gonna have the best guns, but you also have to get through that initial couple minutes where everybody's picking up the best guns and trying to kill each other. So that's
Risk
what
and
we always.
reward.
Yeah,
I mean, that
it's
was
kind of
the-
like if
that
you
was-
do get murdered super early, you just get to start another game, and if you come out alive, you're gonna be pretty well off.
That
So-
was the whole idea with like the school and the military base, like in PUBG, right? I mean,
exactly in PUBG.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, except for when I play with you, Risky, and we go to the docks, you and Dan Pod take all the good stuff, and then I'm left with like a Spitfire and a
Spitfire's OP right now, dude. Pick that thing up.
Yeah,
It's dirty.
yeah, close up. I don't want to get that close to people.
That's how that game should be played.
I don't want to get that close to those people.
Yeah, but overall, still the best battle royale game. I haven't touched Fortnite in weeks.
Agreed. The only things I wanted to add and brag about was that I finally got my 100th win and stopped playing right after that. I haven't played a game since, and that was like Saturday morning, I think, maybe. So it's only been a couple days, I know. But once I hit that 100th win, I was like, all right, well, I beat the game.
Was there an
I mean-
achievement for that or anything?
No.
Just
Sad.
an
I don't-
internal
oh,
one. An internal
but-
achievement.
Speaking, yeah, for sure. And
Life
it's like, hey, you've
achievement.
played 6.5 days of this game. You finally got 100 wins.
I mean, that is impressive though, man. 100 wins is nothing to scoff at. That is
Yeah, my
that is a
God.
lot.
Thank you. What I will say, because you mentioned achievements for a second, I was playing with Moose, and he got a rare achievement. He's like, oh, I just got a rare achievement. I was like, for what? Like, what have you done that I haven't done in this game? And what
How
he
dare
did,
you.
it was for winning 10 games. Like, that's still a rare
It popped up
achievement. This was a
rare?
few days ago.
Oh, really?
Oh wow.
I wonder if I
And-
have that one.
That just kind of, I don't know, kind of put into perspective how many people have dropped or how many people just don't play this mode
I think
anymore,
a lot of
I
people
guess.
play the multiplayer.
Right. So, yeah, I don't know. And like you were saying earlier, Lydonian, the player pool nowadays seems like it was elevated immensely. Like, I
More
feel like I used to
hardcore.
get a few wins a night, if not more. And now it's like we're lucky if we come out with 1 or 2 after like a full night of gaming. So, definitely running into more skilled players with that map knowledge of where the loot is, and just the people that are sticking around are obviously the people that are good at it. So, it's definitely gotten more difficult.
Wow, I haven't. Do your wins? Did they reset after the new season started or whatever in this game?
New season doesn't restart for another 20-ish, 25 days
Oh,
or something.
wow. I haven't got. Is it 10 wins in a singular mode? Like 10 wins in
I
quads?
think it's just 10 blackout wins.
Huh. And I should have it. I don't know why.
Has
What's your tier, Risky?
Yeah.
80.
No,
Max
Or are you
level.
talking about my like contraband tier, like the
Yeah.
Yeah.
battle pass stuff? That's up at like 130 or 140, I think.
No, what's the max? 200.
200.
Remember when we said nobody would ever get there?
Yes, but that
Well,
was
they did
like,
that skip level thing, right?
they did the skip level thing, and then we just came off of a 4 or 5 day double tier XP. Like they've had 2 full weekends of that. So like that's when most of my gaming gets done, is like super late at night on the weekends where I have hours and hours. So I mean that helps a ton. And the tier skip, like it's still, you're playing way too much if you hit 200. I still stand by that. I'm just kind of nervous that I might actually hit 200. So maybe I'll just
like, so there's a week left. I'm already maxed.
Ease off.
The thing about hitting max level though, because max level is 80, and then there's like an 81st level. It's like 80 with a star next to it. After you hit that, you're not like earning anything. Like I don't get merits at the end of games anymore now. So it's like you got 6 kills, but the merits next to it, which helps level up, like that's all just gone. So it's like the only thing I'm playing for now is the contraband tier. Like, yeah, I wish there was a prestige, because initially I thought
just give the merits to you and not do anything.
Just be
or true. I mean,
convert them into COD points. Although they would never do that because that's their premium currency, but would be a nice idea. So I don't know. I'm definitely gonna slow down on the Blackout, or at least it seems like it, because I've kind of like hit some milestones, and now it's kind of like I'll play if other people are playing or whatever, but I'm not actively seeking playing it out now.
Should we put a bet on that Risky will play Blackout all next week?
Oh, I'll definitely play it next week. I'm just saying I might not spend 6 hours a day
he's headed
playing
to
it.
the Elite 8 or whatever they're called. Elite 4? What are they called in Pokemon?
In Pokemon,
Elite 4, I think, right?
Elite 4, yeah. He's going
I'm just
to the
happy
Elite 4.
now I can concentrate on some other stuff. But, yeah, that's all I got. Anyone have anything else they want to talk about, game-wise?
Played some Overwatch. Still amazing.
All right.
That is all.
I need to get back into Overwatch. That is a good game.
Yeah, let's do it. We should get a CAG Overwatch night or something like that. That'd be fun.
That.
Sounds
Set
like
it
a
up.
good time.
You're the man for it. Well, you are now, at least. You're welcome.
Well done for volunteering.
You've been promoted.
Yes.
All right. Well, with that, let's get into some news.
All right. First up, so we talked about a couple weeks back about how, the Telltale Studio shut down, that whole ordeal, and we didn't know the future of the last 2 episodes of the season. And then Skybound come in and said they were going to try to make it happen. So we have an update on that story via Skybound representative. We are excited to let you know that many of the talented, passionate team members who originally worked on the game are resuming development efforts today, although we are unable to give a release date window at this time. So it looks like the last 2 episodes are definitely happening, and it looks like they got most of the original development team to come back and finish it, which that's good for them too, considering how that ended.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's great news.
Yeah. What do you
And
guys?
since they're using some of the original team, that's obviously awesome.
Yeah. So are you guys? Were any of you guys start the last season, or are you kind of excited that actually is going to be playable, or
I'll play through it eventually. I've played through all of them, so this one will get done at some point. I usually don't buy them until they're
game.
Same, Risky. Yeah, same, and not until they're deep discount. Yeah.
Right. They're usually, it's like, hey, you can buy the whole thing for $3. And I'm like, all right, it's time.
I'll pick that up, and that's how I helped this studio go under. Bye.
It was one of those underlying things like last week.
Their own fault.
Well,
I agree.
True. It was
a failed
funny.
model for them, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you'll ever see an episodic game release again?
Hitman just released 2 weeks ago.
Well, and
sorry, continue talking.
Hitman arguably did it the right way, though. Because they released episodic, but then they're like, here's the hit, the hit of the week or whatever, the elusive target, or they added stuff to it. Whereas this is like, this is a story. You beat the story, you're done. That's it.
Yeah, they're still bringing life into Hitman.
Yeah,
Hitman has like a million different ways to beat it, though. Like it's not like
that too.
Telltale games where it's like, oh, you hit Y here instead of X. Same
Well,
ending.
I was just about to say that.
Same difference. Yeah.
And everyone dies. The end.
I don't care. I still love them. You guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
I,
again,
the
I love
only
the
one I
1,000
played was the what was it, the Minecraft one? I think the Minecraft.
That one's decent.
Yeah,
I
that
played
one was,
Batman
Tales
one.
it was
from the
free.
Borderland,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's brilliant. The Borderlands one is really
I've
good.
and
heard a
that
lot
one
of
was Games of
people-
Gold.
Yeah,
Definitely worth a play.
I'm
Even if
gonna-
you're not into Borderlands, that game is hilarious. It's really good.
Yeah, the humor in that is just it's Borderlands to a T.
Let us peer
Really
pressure
good.
you into this, Lydonian.
1,000
You don't have anything else to play right now.
easy 1,000
Pokemon.
achievement points.
Ah, shoot.
You
Oh,
can play them
crap.
both at the same time.
You can.
That,
Literally,
actually,
you probably could.
Yep.
You could put your Xbox controller down by your feet, just use your toes, and then just hold on to your Switch controller.
yeah,
and send pictures.
Literally
This
every.
is- So Telltale games are why Chocolate has such a high gamer score, right?
I still can't get over how chocolate has such, it irks me.
That does
Every night I
bewilder
think
me.
about it.
That does bewilder me too. Yeah.
Maybe putting 6.5 days into Blackout isn't helping my case. But
Well, that probably doesn't. We could have a challenge if you want right now.
okay.
Okay, how many scores are you behind me? Is it 30,000?
Like 30,000? Yeah.
What are you
So-
up to, Chocolate?
Well, I'm just wondering, do you think you'd be able to catch up by the end of next year?
If you don't make substantial gains, yes. But if you know I'm doing this and you're also trying, no way.
I'm
You know
looking
my
at
gaming
Chocolate's
time,
story.
very minimal, and FIFA.
So as long as I don't have a child in the next year, I should be okay.
Holy shit! Chocolate's almost 100,000.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I had the same exact thought. I was like, wait, what?
98,875. Yeah.
It's like, from what I knew, Chocolate just played a lot of FIFA. And that was it.
Well, before I got married and had kids, I did a tiny bit, do a little bit of hunting for achievements, but
I just also don't know if I want to go down that route. Like, when I read things that the Chin Doctor says, be like, well, I spent 48 hours doing this. I can finally have some fun pretty soon here. And I was like, well, that's not why I'm gaming.
I did see that. I was like, wow.
So,
He grinds those achievements.
yeah, I think I could do it. I think putting something on the line would
Would make you, yeah.
make me do a little more. We can figure something out, unless
the
you have
reason-
something.
No, I think this is good. I think we can, we'll work something out. My alter ego is just bubbling on the surface, so.
Oh God, please don't bring out.
He wants you to
Call
go
out
streaking
Chocolate.
around the quad.
Oh God, could you imagine? Yeah, the thing is, I'd have to get
I
my wife
can't.
to film it.
Oh my god!
No, selfie sticks. Got
Selfie
it.
stick and a
Yeah.
GoPro. You're
What a
good.
time to be
We're-
alive.
Oh, this is going to get dirty.
So
See,
what were we talking about?
I
Yeah,
actually,
crickets.
I actually think it would be borderline possible for me to catch up because I have all except the first Batman Telltale game that I could use basically. So that's like what, probably 15,000 points right there, probably.
Probably right around there.
So yeah.
You haven't
Alright,
checked how many
anyways.
Borderlands games I've not played. Or
Oh, yeah,
Telltale
that's true.
games.
Yeah, if you haven't played a lot either, I think I might be out then because that would be my one secret weapon. So
Doc,
I think
you
if we-
would have to over double yours. How long have you had your Xbox account?
well, but see, I'm the same issue as Risky though, even probably more so. Back when the 360 era, all I played was Call of Duty or Battlefield, and I never even played the single player of them.
Right.
So-
but what I'm saying is you're not going to just change your gaming styles. You're still going to
You're probably
play
right.
those games.
You're still going to
probably
be on
right.
Battlefield
Doc, you're
playing the
still
multiplayer.
playing like a total war game from like 15 years ago.
Got
True.
'em.
Okay, you're making good points there, Lydonian. This is You're right. You're right. All right. You win, Chocolate. Moving on.
Yes! Yes!
No Man's Sky gets another update. We literally just a few weeks ago talked about the Abyss update with all the new water stuff. They are getting another update called Visions. This comes via the official No Man's Sky site. The free update introduces a variety of new content to the ever-evolving No Man's Sky universe. It includes new worlds, new life forms. The new worlds will contain new secrets, such as ancient bones that can be unearthed and strange artifacts that can be displayed as trophies in your planetary base. Meanwhile, there are new predatory fauna and deadly flora, which adds an extra layer of danger to exploration. Visions introduces a new community research mission that calls for players around the world to work together in order to collectively reach an objective. Once reached, all players will unlock new gear, emotes, and more. And you guys hop back in and actually check out No Man's since they've done the last few updates for this?
I haven't, but I did watch the trailer for this one, and I think between this one and the Abyss update, it seems like that's a substantial amount of content, and it might make it. I'm trying to remember what had me like. I mean, this was a while ago or whatever, but I was hooked on No Man's Sky for like at least a couple weeks, like putting hours and hours every day, and then it all just kind of stopped. So I'm interested to see if I go back and I have these 2 new updates that seem relatively substantial, like I said.
Yeah.
That to see if I can get hooked back into it, or at least find whatever was there when I was playing that game. See if I can pick it back up. But that's just me saying I'm going to do something that I probably won't do. So.
Unless the Blackout servers go down for a substantial amount of time.
Someone should just uninstall. I should just uninstall it, so then every time I want to play it, it's like, hey, 100 gig update. Do you want to wait for that? Or you want to play something else?
It might be just enough of a barrier to not. Yeah, I'm like you, though. I was really into it, and I'm trying to think, too, if a game came out around that time or something, but I fell off kind of hard as well, and I actually had to, when I saw this come out, I actually decided to reinstall it because... like you were saying, I felt like this and that Abyss update was pretty substantial. So I'm probably going to definitely hop back in and at least check out.
Give it a look.
Yeah, see if it's, see if my the save file I've got, if there's anything super substantially different or, but I don't know. Yeah, it'd be cool to
even
check
just
out.
I don't need flora that can attack me now. I already have the stupid sentinels that try to murder me everywhere I go. And now you're going to add a flower that wants to murder me. Great.
Yeah, giant Venus flytrap. That was the one thing when I read that I was like, I felt like there was a substantial amount of stuff that could kill me before on the planet.
So bring on some more.
Okay, all right. Yeah. What about you, Chocolate? Did you ever actually try out No Man's Sky?
No, I haven't. I haven't tried it. It hasn't given me the kind of the urge to jump on board. I'm
not sure it will if it doesn't seem like your thing, really.
Yeah, I mean. It gives me a little bit of a kind of the exploration of Fallout kind of vibe, but other than that, I'm happy with that type of game that I've got. So another hour sucking Fallout type game I can't do.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is too. A lot of just moseying around space.
Yeah,
searching.
You make a lot of your own fun in that game for sure. Yeah.
Not for me.
What I kept trying to tell a lot of people was like, if you thought you might like Elite Dangerous, but that was too complicated for you, this is maybe scratch that itch because it's definitely friendly. It's a friendlier version of that for sure. But
I think that's a good call.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. Microsoft opens a Asian games development division. This comes via GearNuke.com. This division will be used to seek partnerships from developers in Japan, South Korea, China, and other Asian regions, which this kind of comes about because of, you could argue, the past gen has been pretty lackluster for Xbox in terms of any kind of Japanese developed games. It's kind of like it was a big deal when they said Kingdom Hearts 3 was coming to Xbox, but I guess this is in more of efforts to make sure more of the Persona type games, things like that, or Yakuza, things like that, comes to Xbox.
They really seem like they're setting up. I know I probably said this last week. The way they're setting up for getting a foothold in the market to have a good springboard for the new console, the new games coming out.
Yeah,
I think 2020 is going to. We're moaning about the games that come out now. There's just going to be too many to choose from.
I think
Blackout will still be around, so
and Risky will still be on Blackout.
Next year it'll be whose turn is it next year to make a Call of Duty game? It's not Sledgehammer. It's the other one,
It's not Sledgehammer. Right? It's not Treyarch. It's the
Infinity
other one.
Ward.
Infinity Ward.
Okay, so they'll have their version of it,
or a single player game.
I'm assuming they're going to be back on modern combat. Not that anything is really not modern about Blackout. Most of that seems pretty boots on the groundy. So
well, I'm going to kind of skip ahead a little bit here because you say the single player thing, Chocolate, but let me hit you with this story. October 2018 NPD results. Call of Duty outsold Red Dead Redemption 2.
What?
Yeah, this comes via VentureBeat.com. So
Not surprising.
with that said, this does not have a campaign, and they just sold the most units they've ever sold of a Call of Duty game.
You
What
wanna
are
know
the
why?
odds? Well, what are the odds we ever? Well, I think we know why, but what are the odds that we get a campaign in the next Call of Duty?
0.
Clearly don't need it, so
Clearly,
why put the extra work into it when you can work on your next contraband battle pass for your battle royale mode?
Oh no, I mean it
For
makes
real
sense.
though.
It does make sense what they've done, and the numbers prove it.
Yeah, that is impressive considering when Red Dead 2. Now, this is not saying Red Dead 2 wasn't an insane success. It was, because I think when we said last week or the week before, it was the highest grossing multimedia thing ever, I guess, when it first launched, Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
Which makes this number even more impressive, even if it is a month later. So
I think Red Dead will see another spike in sales once the online takes off, if it's good. Because people were playing Grand Theft Auto Online today still, and that game came out like 5 or 6 years ago.
Well, Lydonian, you're in luck, because later today, Red Dead 2 beta starts online.
Yes. There's something to take some time away. Just what I need.
But you're not
I love
actually
how
going to
that's how
finish the
risky.
campaign. You're just going to jump right to the online.
Yeah, because then I can just be working towards nothing, just like in Blackout. Perfect. I'm gonna have a
Oh,
sweet
no,
ranch.
oh, no,
If
you-
you like working towards nothing, you'll love Fallout 76.
Fine. I'll
Man, we are just selling these games.
sold.
No, you'll be working towards something risky. It's those sharp bearer bonds. We talked about this.
Oh, the shark bear bonds. Yep.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah, they ain't gonna buy themselves, All right. Anyways, so yeah, that comes out later today. Not a whole lot more news. I guess if you bought the Ultimate Edition of that, you have some free
was-
unlocks. I
Well,
guess.
what I had read was that if you were a deluxe edition person, the beta starts for you tomorrow. Otherwise, it's today technically. Today, Tuesday. Otherwise, if you played the game on release, you can start playing it on Wednesday, and then it was like if you played it from the 26th to the 30th or something, you could
The
start
hell?
playing it on the weekend. If you look at their beta release schedule, it's actually kind of weird.
So they're jumping on the battlefield. Let's make this as complicated as possible about when you can play this
Yeah.
game.
All you really need to know is if you played the game on release, which I'm assuming if you bought the game, you probably played it on release. You can start that on Wednesday, but this first day, I'm pretty sure is just for the people that bought the deluxe version of it.
That actually
Okay.
makes sense. That kind of does a good stress test on that server.
Just
Kind of the first-
trickling people in
Yeah.
each day.
Well,
I agree.
Yeah, it's why Battlefield. It's why they explain they ended up taking that route, because it. And I have to say, the servers on Battlefield have never been bad, in my opinion. It's always been pretty smooth since launch. So maybe that is the trick. You just gotta, like you guys said, you just gotta trickle in people over time.
Yeah. Well, the trouble is they put this mark on, don't they? They say so many people pre-order, times
yeah.
it by whatever. That's how many people come in, and then they realise the hype is there, or people have bought a few more than they calculated, and the server just goes, "No, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow."
Exactly. Moving on to some, I would argue some really funny news. China's censorship of Kingdom Hearts 3 Winnie the Pooh. You'll
Hit me
understand.
with that
I read-
headline again.
Yeah. I'll one more time. China's
Hey, hold on.
censorship-
Pretend like you're Waterloo and read it.
Good lord. Please don't.
Would you-
No accents. Continue.
All right. This comes MicrosoftPowerUser.com, and I looked this up on a couple other sites. This is legit. This is not some weird made up story. Chinese website sharing images of the upcoming game Kingdom Hearts 3 revealed that the game's interesting form of censorship around Winnie the Pooh. The iconic Winnie is covered with a gigantic white cloud in every scene that he's in.
Because he doesn't have pants?
Well, that's
my
where
thought.
I thought it was gonna go, because I was like, oh, because no pants. I guess somebody got weird about that or something. I don't know. The reason actually is that earlier this year, Chinese President Xi Jinping, I probably pronounced that wrong, sorry, banned Winnie the Pooh and the then upcoming film Christopher Robin. Why did he do this? Because Chinese residents will continually compare him to the famous Disney character.
So he needs to hit the gym.
I guess.
I need to Google what this guy looks like because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I should have included a picture because when I read this, because I was like you guys, I was like, oh, he doesn't wear pants, and I guess they think that's weird or something. But I guess it's just because.
So maybe the Chinese president doesn't wear pants.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Totally
He doesn't
nailed
look
it.
like Winnie the Pooh. What is going?
Maybe some guy made fun of him and called him that.
Maybe.
I have no idea. But
One of the pictures is next to Donald Trump. Now he looks like Winnie the Pooh. Sorry,
like-
I don't mean to offend
looks
anyone.
like, oh, you didn't offend me. Anyways, you guys, I will share later in Reddit the actual image of the censorship. I think this is the funniest form of a game censorship I've ever seen, ever. And Square Enix later confirmed that this is going to be in the Chinese version of the game, but it literally looks like a white cloud of smoke is just covering Winnie the Pooh in all these cutscenes.
So do you see Winnie's arms and legs? Or
You see the bottom of his legs and his arms and his 2 ears stick out of the white cloud. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like I kind of want to see the live action cutscenes just to see what it even looks and sounds like. But yeah, anyways, moving on. Diablo 4 is in its second round of development. Diablo 3 DLC canceled in exchange for a full sequel. This comes from our boy Jason Schreier out of Kotaku. The original vision for Diablo 4 was to take inspiration from the Dark Souls series. Dark Souls development has been restarted, and it does appear now to be more of a traditional Diablo in nature, now an isometric game as per the series tradition. The current iteration of Diablo 4 aims to be more like the fan favorite Diablo 2. According to Jason Schreier, the new version, codenamed Furnace, pretty fitting name for the game, is still early in development and may not see a release until 2020 or later. The article says the game aims to be more social. Central hubs may end up being MMO-like, and you can interact with other players and go on raids together. So this sounds like, even though everybody was kind of bummed out we didn't see a teaser for Diablo 4 this year at BlizzCon, it sounds like it may be further out than we think. Were any of you guys on the... were you guys a little surprised by all the hate Blizzard got this year at the BlizzCon, that there wasn't any substantial announcements? And what do you think about this news that D4 is still a ways out?
They announced the mobile game, didn't they?
They did. So I guess you got
mean,
that to play until 2020.
Hearthstone is like one of their most popular games. Like that has made them more money than other like games could even dream of.
Yeah.
So like if it's good, it's gonna make them money. So I don't think they really care.
Yeah.
Also, didn't they talk about like vanilla WoW more? Like I think it was pretty wasteful to hold a BlizzCon, but like people who go to that stuff are obsessed with Blizzard. So were they really that upset?
Yeah. Well, and not to completely out our source, but we do have a source in Discord who is friends with somebody that worked on the teaser trailer for Diablo 4, and it was originally scheduled to be at BlizzCon, and Blizzard later confirmed they pulled it. So, you know, maybe they thought a teaser 2 years ahead of time was maybe a little too soon, maybe. But, yeah.
I still don't know how you kind of go through that and think the headline of your show should be a mobile game.
Well, I'm like Lydonian. I almost would have ended with vanilla WoW before I ended with a mobile game, yeah. Like, that still amazes me, but...
Never mind.
Anyways, going back to Pokemon Let's Go talk.
Yes!
Is anybody surprised that it is the fastest selling Switch game to date?
Not at all.
Yep.
Maybe just because Mario Odyssey is a thing, or like a Mario
Or
title
Zelda.
is a thing, or Zelda, yeah.
Yeah, because
I think that was still like when people were buying their Switches, though.
Or couldn't
Like,
get their hands on them.
correct. Yeah.
It's funny
like,
you say that, Risky, because there was a time there where Zelda had sold more copies than Switches
An
sold.
actual Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was true. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this was like the first game that they came out with where everybody, and like if you think about it, there's two versions of the game technically,
Yeah.
So like
true, yeah.
I saw like streamers and stuff buying 2 copies because they wanted
gosh.
one of each. So
There's even people in Discord that I think have one of each. So
yeah. I mean,
that's
Gotta catch them all.
I've always thought it was a stupid idea having 2 different ones and then having exclusive Pokemon and stuff, but apparently it works. People will buy it. So
That Pokédex.
which
isn't gonna fill
Pokemon
up
did you
itself.
guys have when you were growing up? Did you have red or blue?
red.
Blue.
I was 18 and drinking.
Whoa, cool guy.
I like how Chocolate's like, I was hitting up the girls with you losers playing Pokemon.
I'll also say that like this makes sense as far as how fast it's selling is because the people that grew up on Pokemon are like our age. They're like
it's the right age now
the
to
perfect
kind of drop.
gaming age. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right, guys. I wanted to talk about this earlier, but we ventured away from Pokemon.
Oh, here we go. Bring out part 2.
Part 2. But what did you guys think of when you started playing the game, and instead of like being able to battle wild Pokemon, you were just able to catch them? There's like no battling of the wild Pokemon. Did you guys like that?
I thought it was really good.
I'm mixed on that because Chocolate. Because part of me is like, this is definitely a quality of life, way more convenient. But then part of me is like, that's how I used to grind up their levels, though, when I could just move around. Which I guess they keep respawning anyways. But see, you don't battle them, so that's the other part.
What I think the miss there is that they brought in this whole new concept where you can see the actual Pokemon. Okay, that's great. The biggest grievance I would have with the old game was that there were so many random encounters. I never knew what I was going to get. So having to battle that many times over and over got really annoying. If I had the Pokeball throwing thing back then, sure, it's fine. But now that you're giving me the ability to see exactly what I'm getting and also the ability to just avoid Pokemon straight up, like, I don't know, I kind of miss not being able to fight them because now I'd just be fighting the ones I want to be fighting. So,
I kind of miss
agree.
fighting them as well, though, because now it's just you throw a berry or you throw a ball. There's no actual. Because it was at least strategy before with getting their health low enough
and
to
not
where you
killing
thought you
them.
could. Exactly, yeah. There was like a game within a game at that point.
Yeah, but now throwing the Pokeball is a game within a game.
Yeah, but is it that fun?
No,
you got.
Are you having fun
I mean, you got
No.
Posh Bear over here
But
throwing prestige balls. So
I do like that you can now see what Pokemon you're gonna go after.
Yeah,
like
that's
that'll
awesome.
make
It
getting
is a
all
quality of
150
life.
easy.
Yeah.
So what I'm wondering is that game that their actual like next RPG that they're working on, how the battle system is going to be. And like I'm assuming now that they're making it so you actually see the Pokemon, that's always going to be a thing in Pokemon from now on. Or at least I just think it's that good of a change that it should.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if they're going to have this very for the mainstream throw the Pokeball thing, if that's going to make it into their next game. I don't think so. I hope not, but I'm not positive.
It depends because how do they look at this leaning more towards Pokemon Go or leaning more towards a hardcore version? Like where do they see this one?
Well,
I think they said hardcore, right?
But this is also their most casual game and has sold. Well, I guess that's just Switch
true.
sales. Is how fast it's selling. But yeah, I don't know. I do have a pro tip though for catching them. If you if you lay your Switch flat on a surface, you always throw the ball straight. So unless the Pokemon's actually moving. I was playing on lunch today. I only had one hand, so I set it down on the counter, and then I would just hit the button at the right time. So then all you have to focus on is throwing it when the circle's small enough, and not that you have to hit the dead center. So I just kept throwing all these excellent shots just over and over, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of broken."
Yeah.
Whoops. Hopefully, I didn't just ruin a bunch of people's fun.
This is the only game that I don't like playing docked. Playing docked is awful in my opinion. Like. Because you have to use only one Joy-Con.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
no,
you have to like do the throwing motion.
You have to like flick it, yeah.
Yeah, and the motion controls aren't that great, and so like you throw the balls at different angles and stuff. So I always play it like handheld.
I think that's the right choice.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
the HD Rumble is not so HD.
All right, moving on.
Anyway, quick hits.
Quick hits. You guys like Alien games? All those great Alien games.
Alien Isolation was a pretty good game.
Yeah, Alien Isolation was pretty good actually.
Well,
Pretty
the first
long,
like
but a
couple
good game.
hours
Yeah, I agree.
until
Yeah.
it dragged on for 30, and then you're like, "What am I doing here?"
30's probably putting it nicely. Yeah. So Alien Blackout is a new trademark that may be announced at the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley tweeted. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Risky's gonna just accidentally buy this late one night because he's like, "Oh man, Alien DLC for Call of Duty,
$60. Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
Whatever." So I don't know how much you guys have you guys watched the Alien movies before?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all know like the story is that Weyland-Yutani Corporation is the big corporation in those movies, right? The ones that had Ripley's old or the rig and all that stuff in the first movie and all that. That's the corporation in the background. So Jeff Keighley tweeted out a tweet that tweeted the words, "Worlds will change," but it was all in this like. I don't know the best way to describe it. You know how aliens always use the like futuristic but like old VHS style looking high tech equipment?
Okay.
Yeah, it basically looks like that is what he tweeted out with a big W for like Weyland-Yutani up in the left corner with that quote. And it looks like that old high tech VHS retro style, like in the 80s what it was their version of the future would look like, you know. He tweeted that out. 20th Century Fox also recently trademarked the Alien Blackout trademark.
Well, that'll do it.
Well, and not only that, but they also trademark the ability to cover computer game disc and software.
Oh boy!
Oh, let's put a little
Slip there,
Freudian
eh?
slip much?
Yeah, and that wasn't even a chocolate.
What's on your mind, Doc?
That wasn't even a chocolate. I think us talking about Xbox discless before the podcast, I think kind of screwed me up.
Yep.
Anyways, they basically trademarked the ability to make game disc was this, so making it likely that this is the next Alien video game. There was a lot of crazy stuff coming out of subreddit later on saying that this could be an MMO online shooter like Destiny. Yeah,
That's where the money's at.
I guess that's the logical place for an Alien game to go. Would you guys play a Destiny like Alien game?
Let me pitch you this, Doc.
Okay.
10 aliens are dropped out of an airplane onto an isolated island.
Somehow I didn't see you going there.
I don't know. I don't care enough about the IP
I guess.
to get excited about a game. That's just me though.
I don't know. I feel like we've been burned too much on that series too. Like that. Even though Isolation was a good game, it wasn't. It was a Outlast type game, or whatever you call those.
Did anyone see the recent movie?
I did. Yes.
How was that any good?
It was. It's
Fine.
fine. Yeah. I mean, it was better than probably Prometheus, and I actually kind of liked that. But I guess it was more Alien-like movie than Prometheus was. But it was.
Than Prometheus,
it was okay.
I gotcha.
I don't know. I'm like you. I guess I don't care enough about the IP when it comes to video games to really, get too excited. But I guess if it's good, we'll see. So yeah, probably have a trailer at the Game Awards for that, which I think that is early next week, maybe. I'm trying to think when the Game Awards are.
Was it December 4th, 7th? Why?
Something in that first week in December, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I want to say there was quite a few big.
December 6th.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
I got in between.
Close.
I want to say there was quite a few big trailers and announcements last year, so it might be worth watching just for that.
And that really drunk guy yelling about EA and
Oh
stuff.
man, yeah, forgot about that.
Joseph Ferris.
Yeah, what it was just.
What a
they just
riot.
kept saying like F stuff over and over.
F Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood randomly. Yeah, F Hollywood.
Great guy.
Okay. Anyways, actually, I'm gonna let you take this last story. Quick, it's risky because this is something I think you're more familiar with than me.
Oh yeah. So the dude that plays Turk in Scrubs. Did you guys ever watch Scrubs?
Yeah,
Great.
absolutely.
Should
Greatest
have.
television show ever.
All right. Well, there you go.
How'd you think I got my gamer tag?
Yeah, I think you should
Chocolate
tell us
bear.
that actually.
Turk.
So there was this thing called the Vulture Festival. It was like the Scrubs cast was having a reunion or whatever, and somebody asked Donald Faison, he's the guy that plays Turk. They asked him to do his poison dance because it's in Fortnite. So obviously that's what the people care about. And he responded with, "If you want to see it, you can play Fortnite because they jacked that shit." So
Damn.
You know what's crazy is that is one of my favorite all-time scenes in Scrubs.
That's when he's trying out for the
band
or whatever.
Yeah, with the janitor and
and
they're like, he's gonna be dangerous, but he's just so good. I love that scene, and I had no idea that was that from Fortnite. I get it. Hey, it's not cool that they stole your dance moves and stuff, but like, can you really like trademark a dance move? Like, does Michael Jackson does his family get paid every time someone moonwalks? Like,
well, maybe they should. Maybe that's the point here.
Maybe, but like, I don't know. I think it's kind of like.
But didn't the show writer say that Fortnite did contact him? Didn't
He
contact
said that,
Donald, but he
but
mentioned
then I thought Faison said it was BS or something.
Possibly. I mean, I didn't. I watched the last, I don't know, 3-4 minutes of the whole vulture thing that they were talking at, and I know he was super pissed.
I was like, he just sounded angry because like they didn't contact him at least, and that he's not collecting any royalties off these dances, I guess.
But then he turned up late anyway to the shoot and made that dance up there and then. So to be fair, deal with it.
I mean, it's kind of just a non-story. I just think that his response to them asking him to do this Fortnite dance is pretty hilarious.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. I'll have to link off to that and see if I can find it.
This is almost like the Polish guy with the Witcher series books, kind of getting pissed because he's not getting all the royalties from what all happened stemmed from it. So
because after this, there was also, I think there was a rapper or two that said they think that the rap dances that are in it should be accompanied by the actual rap music instead of just like Fortnite's whatever music they have playing in the background for these dances and stuff. They're saying that it should be their songs. Behind, I don't know. People will find any reason to get angry about everything. So,
we'll try and find a way to make an extra buck
or make some. Yeah, can you imagine how much money Turk would have if he made 5 cents every time somebody
that's the
did
thing.
his dance?
Maybe that's why he's pissed. Yeah,
nobody had to pay for that dance though. That's one of the ones that was just given to you. So like,
so
if it was
double pissed.
Well, I mean, everyone has it.
Be behind
so
the
like,
paywall.
if it was something that like people paid for, then yeah, I could see why people might be upset, but I'm pretty sure everyone got that one for free, or it was part of a battle pass that was easy to earn.
But then could you imagine the snowball effect of if he fought it, argued it, won, how all of a sudden the internet would follow.
I was the first person to slow clap.
Well, yeah, and then that kid there was something else, a kid who did something else that they copied, completely ripped off. I can't remember what dance he did.
What was the one from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the dance? Like, is that guy pissed because
Carlton?
Carlton? Is he pissed because he's not getting
on
royalties?
Everything though. That's what I'm saying. The Carlton's like one of the most famous ripped off dance moves ever.
And I bet you he doesn't get pissed that he doesn't make money every time somebody
I'm assuming he's
does
not,
his
right?
dance.
Yeah, like I'm sure Destiny didn't pay him for that emote or whatever. So
either way, like I said, kind of a non-story, but kind of funny. And it's Fortnite, so you got to talk about it.
I love you, Chocolate Bear. I love you, Vanilla Bear.
Let's go get some steaks.
Chocolate Bear's origin stories.
Oh.
All right, that's it for the news this week. Lastly, we do have new games coming out this week, and I'll let Lydonian take care of this. What new games coming out?
Yeah, so we don't really have too much. We have Ride 3 for all you motorcycle enthusiasts out there. That'll be available on November 30th. Then we have Artifact on November 28th for the PC.
That's Valve's new card game, right?
Yeah, correct.
Card game.
And then we got Darksiders 3 on November 27th. That's available on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And then we will have
Abzu coming to the Switch.
Abzu coming to the Switch, which
I
was
got you.
It was previously out on all the other platforms, right?
Yeah, and I only heard good things about that game. It's like a underwater sea exploration kind of game. Seemed like it was really therapeutic for a lot of people, kind of like Minecraft, just like digging endlessly. This is just kind of just exploring the ocean endlessly.
I played and beat it. It's basically, if you think of Journey, but just underwater is basically what that is. I mean,
Underwater
it's
Journey.
It's pretty linear. Yeah, there's only one way you can go. There are collectibles or I don't know if collectibles, but there are things to find, but it's fairly linear though. Yeah.
So I was completely wrong about what I thought this was.
Well,
I was picturing like big open world Minecraft underwater stuff.
yeah, definitely not that. No, definitely not. Yeah.
All right, Underwater Journey. Now I
Yep.
completely understand.
Yeah, 100% that.
The big one there, I think, is probably Darksiders 3, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Any of you
I don't know, the motorcycle one.
ride?
Ride 3, that looks good.
Don't count it out.
Does Forza have motorcycles? Or no? That's just
No.
cars, right?
Yeah, just cars.
So, hey, if you want your motorcycle fix, here you go.
But
That seems like a bit of a miss for Forza right there to not include at least a few motorcycles.
I want dirt bikes to do sweet tricks off mountains and stuff.
Yeah, what the hell? They have dirt bikes in the game that you race against, but you can't
exactly.
drive them yourselves?
Let me drive one of those. I will also say that this Ride 3 game, its MSRP right off the bat is $49.99, so that's never a good thing in my eyes.
for
like,
an unknown IP.
Probably not worth a full $60. Take 10 off.
You guys want
Yikes.
You guys want some motorbike action? You got The Crew 2. Heard that game is something.
It's probably like $3 at this point.
I think they'll probably give you money to take it now.
That's an EA game, right? Is that in the vault
Ubisoft.
already?
Ubisoft.
Oh,
Yeah.
if it was EA, I bet you'd be in the vault already.
Where are you at, Ubisoft, with your vault?
Where's
you guys
the,
need to.
the
Yeah.
Ubi vault?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be amazing, the Ubi boat.
I'd probably actually get my money's worth out of there. I don't know if I'm getting it.
Get to play
my
every Just
years
Dance
of
that ever
this.
came out.
Me, exactly what I want to do.
Pay for itself right there.
Oh yeah. All right, hey, that's gonna do it. We got through another one. Let's plug this thing up. First and foremost, you can head to crossatlanticgaming.com for literally everything you're about to hear. Discord, if you want to chat with us every day, the four of us are there. So is everyone else in the community. Yeah, we talk everything. Talk games, talk Thanksgiving. We got food, sports, anything you want to talk about, we can talk about it.
FIFA.
FIFA, yep,
We got FIFA in there.
and that's pretty popular. If somebody
Esports,
doesn't
don't
stop
forget about
writing
that.
profanities in these show notes, I'm gonna freak out. What did you say, Lydonian?
I said esports.
Oh, esports. Yeah, if you want to
talk
talk to
Overwatch
Lydonian
League.
and Kaboski, they're the only two in there
Hey,
talking
Moose
about
is
it.
in there sometimes.
I think he
not
just yells things that he's
participating.
seen in the headlines.
Correct.
Not positive.
Still counts.
Yeah, so head over there. That's the lifeblood of the community, for sure. If you want to support us with your hard-earned money, you can head on over to patreon.com/CAG podcast. Like we said, the next drawing for a AAA title is in a few weeks here, so still plenty of time to get in on that. Questions, comments, concerns, reach out to us at cagpodcast@gmail.com. The monthly mailbag, like we mentioned earlier, is next episode, so you still have a little bit of time to get in your questions for that. You can hit us up there. Socials, Instagram and Twitter. We're at CAG Podcast. And lastly, we do have a merch store. Links for that are in the show notes. If you type in promo code CAG10 at checkout, you get 10% off your order. So you can go rock some sweet CAG merch, I guess, if you're into that. I mean, definitely do it. It's awesome, and everyone looks really good, and it's quality. Boom. Yeah, if you want to find me, I am at Risky the Kid everywhere. Doc, how about you?
Doc H1X1 everywhere.
Chocolate Bear
I'm Chocolate Bear 80, everywhere that matters.
and Lydonian.
Lydonian everywhere that matters.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate it always.
Thanks for having me,
thank
guys.
you.
Glad I got to be
Thank
on a
you.
show with Chocolate. And he was here the whole time.
So that's at least one other person now we can say Chocolate doesn't double as, because they've
Exactly.
been on the same podcast.
You don't know how close the monitor has been by going off. She's been rustling all night.
Well, now you can go talk to her. Or is that what you do? Do you talk to the ones that can't talk back to you? Are you supposed to do that?
No, I just put a bottle in her mouth and tell her to be quiet.
I will say, Chocolate, I did see a video of you telling your daughter not to do something, and she didn't seem like she would listen to what you were telling her.
Did you see the devil's smile she gave me and then went off and did it?
I did.
She is a little diva. Oh, God.
Kind of bummed I didn't get to do a Mario Party joke today.
Oh, well, there it is, Doc. Thank you for that. Woo! And thank you, everyone out there, for tuning into this week's episode of Cross Atlantic Gaming. We'll catch you guys next week for an all-new episode. Goodbye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Amanda. Amanda who? Amanda, fix your sink. Knock, knock. Who's there? Amish. Amish who? You're not a shoe.